Hi, this is Jimmy for The Old Mill, and today, from our test kitchen, I'm going to give you the 10 tips to making the best biscuits you've ever baked. Tip number 1, you want your ingredients nice and cold. Of course, we recommend keeping all of your meal products in airtight containers in the freezer. That way it's going to maximize freshness, and for biscuits, whenever you're ready, your flour's already chilled. You also want to chill your butter or whatever fat you're using. Today, I'm using butter for the recipe that I'm making, which is going to be for Flaky Layers Buttermilk Biscuits that you'll find on our website. Tip number 2, you want your oven nice and hot. And when I say hot, I mean between 450 and 500 degrees. For the recipe today, it calls for an oven at 475. So I've already got that preheated, so it's good and hot and ready to go. Now, tip number 3, give yourself time. Biscuits, if you've not made them before, take time to learn. And that's why I'm using my hands today, because you want to get a feel for it, literally, for what you're doing. So after you've got a few batches under your belt, you're just going to have a feel for it. It's going to come naturally. Tip number 4, you want to cut in your butter or whatever fat you're using. So again, today I'm using butter, and I've got cubes of butter that I chilled. And to cut those in, I'm going to flatten them out between my fingers. Now you can use a pastry cutter, which is something, an old tool like this, and you can cut that butter in by running it down through the flour, and you're going to see it's going to start to break up that butter into the flour. But again, because I want to use my hands, I want to feel what we're doing, I'm just going to take those cubes of butter, so I'll find those in the flour, and again, I'm just going to flatten those out between my fingers so you end up with sheets of butter like that. And we're just going to keep coating that with flour. So you're pushing flour into the butter as you're doing this. And next, I'm going to make a well in the center of here and add my buttermilk. And that is tip number 5. You want to use full fat ingredients. So that's why I've got butter in there. And this is full fat buttermilk. And now I'm just going to work this into the dough or into the flour to create my dough. And this is going to bring us to tip number 6. You want a shaggy dough for flaky biscuits. Now, if you're going to make something like a drop biscuit, it can be a little bit wetter. If you're going to do something that doesn't require all the layers, and I've seen lots of biscuits made where they pinch off the dough to make their biscuits, then you don't need as dry a dough. But you're going to see, as I incorporate all the flour into this right here, that it's going to come together, and a shaggy dough is going to be a lumpy, bumpy dough, and it looks like I'm just making a mess, but trust the process because it will come together for you. So it'll take just a minute to get all that dough worked together, but just like any other kind of pastry, you don't want to overwork it. So you just want to get it to where it comes together, and that's going to take me just a moment here. I'm going to keep turning this dough so I can get all that flour incorporated in there. And if a little bit falls out, don't worry about it. It's going to be just fine because you're going to pour this out on the counter in just a second as we get ready to work the dough. Okay, so I think I've got a pretty shaggy dough here. You can see it's very lumpy and bumpy, and it's almost a little bit dry in spots, but wet in other spots. And that's exactly what we want. So I'm going to get the dough off my fingers by just rolling that around. You'll see it just falls off into the bowl. Just easy like that. And now I want to flour my surface so that I can press these out. Now, if you prefer to roll the biscuits, you can certainly do that. But I'm going to get a little flour here. I'm going to move this over. And I'm just going to flour my surface to help prevent it from sticking as I first get my dough out of the bowl. Okay, so here we go. Just going to take the dough, turn it out, and see it's going to look like a mess, like you've not gotten your dough worked up well enough, but you're going to see here in a second as we start to press it all together that it's going to come together like magic for you. And that's tip number 7. You want to create layers by layering and stacking your dough. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to press it to about 1 inch thick into a rectangle, just like that with my hands. Again, I'm getting a feel for it. You can see it's kind of soft, so I'm not overworking the dough. And then I'm going to do what's called either bookending or layering. So you're just going to stack or layer your biscuit dough. And I'm going to do that by simply cutting the dough with my bench scraper like that. And I'm going to pick up one layer, stack it on top, Pick up the other layer, stack it on top. You can see it's still a mess. It's okay if it falls apart like that because, again, we're just going to keep working that, and it's all going to come together in just a moment for us. So I'm going to repeat this process 3 to 4 times, depending on what it takes. And just remember that baking is a little bit of, well, quite a bit of science, actually. So things like the weather outside are going to affect it, how hot or cold your kitchen is, how hot or cold your hands are, things like that all affect it. Now, another technique is going to be folding. So I could just take my bench scraper. I'm going to fold that over, come to the other side, and fold that over. Bring all these pieces together and press it down. And if you get any sticky pieces, like it feels a little sticky right there, it's going to take a little flour, dust that so I don't get too sticky. And at this point, you can see it all pretty much rolls right off of your hands. So that's when you know you're starting to get your dough right where you want it. Again, I'm going to create that rectangle. I'm going to cut it, pick up my layers and stack them. And you'll know how many times you need to do this by how much the dough either comes together or if it still falls off into crumbled pieces like that, which is okay, again, because this is a shaggy dough. If this were just a drop biscuit, it's going to be a wet dough, and you're just going to scoop it right out of the bowl right into your pan before you bake it. But see how this is holding together? So we're getting really close. So I'm going to do this one more time. I'm going to pick that layer up. Put it right there. Put that right there, and let's press it down, and then we'll do one more after this, and we should be good to go. And you can see now it's all really holding together. Get all those scraps in the sides there, because I don't want to lose any of this dough. And I'm going to show you here in just a second all those layers that we've created now. And see how well that dough is sticking together? So you can see all those layers that we've built right into it. Can even see it down through those other stacks. So I'm just going to put this right on here, and I'm going to press it down for a final time before we cut the biscuits. So one more press. It's getting a little sticky, so I'm just going to dust that just lightly. And you can see even as I'm pressing that out, those layers are just all over the place. So these are going to be nice and tall, and that's why you want to build in the layers, because it's going to help you get a nice tall biscuit. And the reason that we've pressed all that butter into there and left them in all those long layers and flakes is because when the butter melts, it's going to create steam. Steam in the middle of those layers is just going to make that biscuit just jump up as high as it can. So now we're ready to cut the biscuits, and this is tip number 8. You want to cut straight down and right back up. So I'm just going to cut that down, come right back up. I'm not going to twist it. I'm not going to turn it. I don't want to do this or any of that, because what that will do is that'll bind the layers that we just created. So I'm going to get, it looks like 5 biscuits out of this run right here. Oh, you can see that one started to stick to my biscuit cutter there, so I could lift that up. Again, you can see the layers that we've built in right there, all across that biscuit. So I'm going to pull my pan in here. I'm going to start to pull these off the bench here and start putting them in my pan. And tip number 9, your biscuits should touch, because what happens there is the biscuit is going to help its neighbor rise as tall as it can. And that's what you want. You want your biscuits to just get as tall as they can if you want all these layers in there. That's our goal today. So I'm just going to work this dough just a little bit just to bring it together so I can roll out probably 2 more. So I'm just going to fold it 1 or 2 times. I don't want to overwork it. Let me flour my surface here a little bit, just lightly. I'm going to press that down. I want to get it long so I can get 2 more biscuits out of this dough right here. And again, I'm pressing it down to about 1 inch thick. So I'm going to cut that biscuit out, straight down and right back up. Cut that biscuit out, straight down and right back up. I'm going to put these in my pan. Again, they're all touching because they're going to help each other rise to the top. Tip number 10, you want to fill in those gaps with all the scraps. The last thing you want to do is waste any of this dough you've worked so hard to create. So I'm just going to take these and I'm just going to tuck them into all the corners. So I can cut those up or tear those up and just tuck them right in. And don't worry, it's not going to change the shape of your biscuits that you've cut. It's just going to bake right alongside. And the best part about these little bits that you've tucked in there, those are your samples when they come out of the oven. And that way you still have plenty of biscuits for the table and they'll be none the wiser. Okay, so I'm going to get my hands cleaned off here. I always like to keep a wet towel handy so I can just do a quick wipe off of my hands so I don't get flour everywhere. I'm a bit of a messy cook, and if you're making biscuits, you're probably going to make a mess, and that's okay because it's going to be a delicious mess when you're done. So I'm going to put these in the oven. These are going to bake for about 15 to 20 minutes. And so we'll put them in here. Again, this is at 475. And you don't want to peak. You want that oven to stay nice and hot. You're going to know when these biscuits are done because you're going to smell them. Look how beautiful golden brown those biscuits are, and they rose up in the pan just like I told you they would. Now, I'm going to let these cool for just a minute, and I want to talk about the tools that I used here today. First off, I've got a towel on the handle of the skillet because, again, this was at 475 degrees, so that's good and hot. That's going to remind me and anybody else that walks in the room that this is a hot pan. The tool that I used the most, you probably saw, was the bench scraper. This is one of my favorites. These are pretty inexpensive. You can pick these up at a lot of stores. We even sell them here in our general store. And this I used, you saw, to fold in the dough. You could use it to press things out. You can use it to cut with. And at the end, I used it to clean up everything. Now, I pressed all the dough out with my hands, but if you have your favorite rolling pin that you like to use, maybe it was your mother's or grandmother's or whatever, certainly use that. If you're comfortable with it, go ahead and roll that dough out. You're still going to get the same effect with all those layers in there. And you saw that I used the pastry cutter just a little bit, but again, I like to feel it. But if you want to use a pastry cutter and not get all the dough all over your hands like that as much, feel free to do that, whatever's comfortable for you to do. And of course, I always have a wooden spoon close by, and I use that to get all the flour and everything mixed up and get everything started. Now let's look at these biscuits for just a second. Ooh, that is still hot. Look at that right there. Look at those layers in that biscuit just all around there. So I'm going to open that up for just a second here. Oh, look at that steam come out of there. That is a beautiful hot biscuit. Now, what do you do with biscuits when they come out of the oven? I told you these little bits down in here, those are your samples, but I've already touched this biscuit, so I'm going to have to eat it. So I'm just going to put a little butter on there, watch that melt in, and I'm going to enjoy myself a fresh hot biscuit. I hope you've enjoyed these tips today. I hope they're helpful to you. And when you make some biscuits and you post about them on social, tag us. We want to see all the beautiful work that you've done. And of course, you can order any of our products online as well. And I hope you all have a great day.